from Los
Los
Angeles.
Angeles. Yes, we have got the incredible Jane Stoller in the house. Good morning.
Good morning.
So we are so excited because really organizing can transform your entire life, not just your space, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You've mastered this. Tell us about your journey.
Well, it's kind of an interesting journey because I spent about 10 years in the corporate world, and I thought that's what I was supposed to do. I always had a passion for organizing. And then I dabbled in writing a book and kind of thought, okay, maybe I can make a business out of it because everybody would come to me for help. My colleagues, my friends, my coworkers, and every project that I did kind of working, I always kind of worked in organizing in a structure. So I thought, you know what? My journey should be helping other people get organized because I see how much it helps them. You know, not just increased time or less stress, but just it can change your whole entire life. So I thought it's my job to teach people to get more organized.
I love that you had that moment.
Let's do this thing because I need you in my life. I'm a pretty organized person. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you own my house, there's no clutter. Things are pretty organized, but I just feel like life is so much better when the closets are organized. I swear.
That's what and in the morning I gave that tip because for me it is like the most important thing. And they say women spend up to an hour a day wasting time looking for things in their closet or things
that's
like
me.
iron.
In my life, I put things everywhere and then I lose them.
Yeah.
And I waste all this time trying to find things.
And could you deal with an extra hour in your day?
But
I always ask people that. I say, is there like, wouldn't it be great if you could get even 10 more minutes a day or an hour? Like, let's start with how you wake up, your closet, how you prepare for the next day, your outfit. Are they like kind of in the same, like what's your plan for that, right? So it can really change.
But and this goes into all areas. I mean, we were just talking about with social media, and it goes into organizing. You know, what do you delegate versus what do you do? I mean, where does it end for you? Is it mostly just the home that you organize?
You know, it's no, it's actually less in the home. I start with the closet, and then I think it goes to the rest of your home. But a lot of businesses, they do a lot of restructuring for businesses, time management of employees, and it's interesting you said social media because right now we're in a digital world. And I had a lot of trouble getting digitally organized, and I still do. And that is a whole different ballgame because, you know, where do we start? We have different mediums we all need to be posting on. We have, you know, digital marketing. We have our folders on our laptops. We don't have file cabinets anymore.
I do the equivalent of sweeping all that digital stuff under the digital rug. Like, that's what I do. It's like right underneath there.
But then
It's filthy.
Yeah. But how long does it take you to find a file you're looking for, or things like that?
It's
right?
incredible because I not only do that, but I throw everything away. That's also a problem,
Oh.
right? I just want to delete it. I'm like, I don't want to see it.
Delete gone, don't think about it.
It's so clean. Everything looks so clean, but underneath it's just not.
So help us out. Let's start with the closet. Okay, so what are some tips we can do to organize our closet?
Yeah, so kind of my mantra is organizing for your lifestyle. So I can give general tips, but really I think it depends on how you live your life. You know, women, we tend to have a lot of clothes depending on your profession. So I always say frequency of use, you know, what are you always using and what can you have that kind of front and center? My other big tip is making sure you put it away in the shape you want to wear it. Having it ironed, having it, you know, not spaces, it can't be too close, just you don't want it to be wrinkled. So those are just the little tips that'll help you get things faster. And the other major tip for women and men too is to pick out your outfit the night before. Because if you don't do that, you will be, the stress level, it'll just start your day in a different
So true.
you know what's really
light.
interesting though is I love waking up not having to make that decision about what I'm going to wear. But when you say like organize your entire life, it almost doesn't scare me, but I'm kind of a free bird. I'm a free spirit. I like to live, you know, in the moment, expect the unexpected. And so for me, when you're like organize your entire life, I'm feeling like, ooh, I don't want to be in such a structured box. And how do I like change that mindset? Because I recognize the need. I will go further faster if I'm organized about it.
Yeah.
So how do I flip that switch?
But I'd say you don't have to change your mindset. I'd say, you know, if you embrace it and say, you know, I'm going to organize for that mindset. You know, is there something that I can incorporate? Maybe I do want to be a bit more free-spirited with my outfits, but maybe you should plan something else. Or maybe there's another part of your life you can organize to save time and keep that in your life. So it shouldn't involve changing your life or changing who you are. But ultimately, you want to organize so you don't have to think about it anymore.
I love that, and Jessalyn and I have that in common, because even though there are certain things that I am very disciplined about, there are other things that I just want to sort of be freer about, and it's sort of took a tip from your book, and instead of having like the outfit picked out the night before, I have like 10 possibilities, but they're all laid out.
10.
They're 10, but I feel freedom in that, because it's like,
exactly.
okay, at least I have a choice, but worst case scenario, I can just grab any of them and it works.
Yeah, and that's a lifestyle, and that makes you happy, and maybe you can save time in other ways, right? So I always say, don't change your life to get organized. Just incorporate it.
So talk to me about throwing things out, because maybe you're good at throwing it. I'm not. I have things that wear them maybe once a year, and I'm like, well, I might just need that one time or whatever. So, and that's a problem. Like in my dresses, like there's so many now that they're getting crammed in and they're getting wrinkled.
Yeah.
So I need to get rid of things. So how would you recommend going through that?
You know, this
process?
is a problem for, I'd say, mostly everybody, and men, women, and it's that attachment to things. And we talk about our clothes too. You know what, you need to kind of adapt to the space you're in. So if you only have so much space, you have to kind of evaluate and say, you know what, I can't get any more dresses, or I can't because I don't have the space for it, right? And that's kind of tough decisions you're going to have to make with your outfits. But again, some tips and tricks are, some people say, you know, if you haven't worn it in a year, it's gone. But then I say, what if your lifestyle, what if you do need that dress? So it's a bit challenging when you talk about items of clothing too. But again, there's so many ways to give to other people today or to sell it. So I always say, you know what, I haven't worn this in a year, maybe somebody else will like it. And that's what I kind of say to myself to get rid of it. And then I say, if I do need it in 2 years, I'll buy another one and somebody else can use it.
Yeah, honestly, it just depends on how much money I spend on the piece. I was like, that was a solid investment. I can't get rid of that one.
But now there's the secondhand market, or the free love, like the pre-loved market.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you can also do that.
So what's free love
Or
market?
pre-owned.
You
Pre-loved.
see, you got Erin
Pre-loved.
paying attention.
Yeah.
I'm all about the secondhand designer stores. I think
Me
it's
too.
the best
and
invention
and
ever.
It is.
when you say, okay, I haven't worn this in a year, but you know what, I can maybe make some money on it, or I can give it away, then it's a little bit easier to get rid of it.
Totally.
But again, it's a lifestyle. I don't tell people to get rid of everything, right? I say if it's something that you really love and brings you a memory, and you can have a good space for it, then why not? But there has to be a limit.
One of the other things I love about both the book and your work is, for me, like cleaning and organizing is so cathartic. Like it's
people say that.
insanely cathartic, and I don't know if I got that
Me
from my
too.
mom, but like
Same.
when I clean, all of a sudden I'm like, oh, life isn't that bad. Or if I organize, especially organize.
So true.
Yeah. So
Same.
what about that? Do you find that with a lot of your clients? And
Yeah. Well, I love organizing so much, so I'm like, how can everybody not love organizing their closet? But again, it's that start, because everyone has the challenge to get started. We think there's so much. How do I even start cleaning my closet, or how do I even start cleaning my house? But once you start, most people enjoy it. And once they see a positive result, they want to keep going. So it's tackling that one space and helping people, get started, and then they love it.
I can't get over the mess it makes to start that, though. Like,
Yeah,
when you clean, take everything out of the closet to reorganize, you're like, look at the mess I've created.
Yeah, it can.
It's totally overwhelming to me.
Yeah, it is, and a lot of people get overwhelmed. So, maybe working with a friend or a coach to say, I need to do this, and it's going to schedule the time, and then make it fun.
So what is it like to work with you? I mean, what are some of the services that you offer to the people you work with?
Yeah, so a variety of services. A lot of them are kind of maybe more business focused, but then I always get them to start with their closet, which a lot of people say, oh, well, that's not important. And I say, no, it is really important, because that can kind of, like I always say, streamline your day. So for me, it's, sitting down with you, talking about your life, what's important to you, how many different maybe businesses you have or jobs, or, and then kind of drilling down on where we can save time, what's your biggest stress, and what's your biggest organizing challenge.
I love that. I feel like I need you in my relationship life. You can organize the people.
Oh, that's a bit more difficult.
Who do I get rid of?
This is a very
So kidding.
dating. We should have had this on Friday Field.
I
Dating
know.
and relationships.
I mean, bottom line is time is one of the most valuable things that we have. And
Yes.
any time that we're organized, whether it be in our closets or in our business, it comes down to that time management. And I mean, this is just, I think organization is everything, discipline really, but in a good way.
Yeah.
This goes into, like, we're dealing with this now. We're getting so busy on the show. We need assistance. We need to organize our time and make sure that we're doing what we are really here to do, each of us, so that we're not just spending time doing things that just take all of our energy.
Yeah, exactly.
So how do you deal with that?
Yeah,
How do you deal
well, that's
with,
you brought up such a good point, because a lot of people say as their businesses grow, either personal and corporate world, they say, I don't have enough time, right? So it's sitting down and saying, what is my focus? What is my goal? And saying, this is where I should be spending my time, but I'm spending it on this, this, and this, right? So we need to eliminate, delegate, or somehow find more time, right? And usually it's possible. You just need to really sit down and say, where is the core focus? And then it's okay to hire. It's okay to, delegate. It's okay to make a plan for that.
I absolutely love that. It's sort of one of the principles that I use with my own clients in my own life. It's like, what am I most deeply and truly optimizing for? And how can I do more of that which I uniquely am designed to do well?
Yeah.
And I feel like organizing your life and organizing your closet and all that contributes directly to that.
Yeah.
It prevents me from doing things that I'm not uniquely designed to do, for instance.
Yeah, exactly. And you want to help people the most you can in your day. And you know what? Maybe if you're running a business and you're not good at accounting or bookkeeping, it's okay to outsource that, right? So you can focus on more clients and it'll bring you more joy, more income, of course. But
do you do a personality test? Like when I'm doing a mastermind with clients, we take their personality test so we can see where their strengths are and where their weaknesses, so they can delegate that. Do you do that type of stuff?
it's a very good idea, because I did so many of those Myers-Briggs tests of working, but I don't incorporate that. But it's a very good point. I give people kind of a quiz to start with, and it determines a little bit of their organizing habits. And again, there's no good and bad, right? It just determines a little bit about, some people don't want to be too structured, right? But let's say where you are now and where you want to go. But good idea to bring in some personality tests.
Well, thank you so much for being here. We're really excited to get reorganized and build a little structure in my life. So thank you for your guidance in that. We really appreciate
You're welcome.
it.
Thank you for having me.
so much.
Tell people how they can find you to work with you.
So it's organizingforyourlifestyle.com is my website, and Instagram is Organize Jane Stoller. So it's not that hard to find me, but it's and there you can find my services and my book.
Organize Jane. You heard it here. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on Good Morning La La Land.